Ladies and gents, this is the moment you've waited for. You've been searching in the dark, your sweat soaking through the floor. And buried in your bones, there's an ache that you can't ignore. Taking your breath, stealing your mind, and all that was real is left behind. Don't fight it, it's coming for you, running at you. It's only this moment, don't care what comes after. Your fever dream, can't you see, getting closer. Just surrender, cause you feel the feeling taking over. It's fire, it's freedom, it's flooding open. It's the preacher and the pulpit and your blind devotion. There's something breaking at the brink of every wall that's holding all that you know. So tell me, do you wanna go where it's covered in all the colored lights, where the runaways are running the night? Impossible comes true, it's taking over you. This is the greatest show. We light it up, we won't come down, and the sun can't stop us now. Watching it come true, it's taking over you. This is the greatest show. Colossal we come, these renegades in the ring, where the lost get found and we crown them the circus kings. Don't fight it, it's coming for you, running at you. It's only this moment, don't care what comes after. It's burning, outshining anything that you know. Just surrender, cause you're coming and you wanna go where it's covered in all the colored lights, where the runaways are running the night. Impossible comes true, intoxicating you. This is the greatest show. We light it up, we won't come down, and the sun can't stop us now. Watching it come true, it's taking over you. This is the greatest show. Where it's covered in all the colored lights, where the runaways are running the night. Impossible comes true, it's taking over you. This is the greatest show. We light it up, we won't come down, and the walls can't stop us now. Watching it come true, it's taking over you. This is the greatest show. This is the greatest show.
White lips, pale face, breathing in snowflakes, burnt lungs as I taste. Lights gone, days end, struggling to pay rent, long nights, strange men. And they say she's in the class A team, stuck in her daydream. Been this way since 18, but lately her face seems slowly sinking, wasting, crumbling like pastries. And they scream the worst things in life come free to us, cause we're just under the upper hand. I'm going mad for a couple grams, and she don't wanna go outside tonight. And in a pipe she flies to the motherland, or sells love to another man. It's too cold outside for angels to fly, for angels to fly. Ripped gloves, raincoat, tried to swim, stay afloat, dry house, wet clothes. Loose change, banknotes, to us, cause we're just under the upper hand. I'm going mad for a couple grams, but she don't wanna go outside tonight. And in a pipe she flies to the motherland and sells love to another man. It's too cold outside for angels to fly. The angel will die covered in white, closed eye, hoping for a better life. This time we'll fade out tonight, straight down the line. They say she's in the class A team, stuck in her daydream. Been this way since 18, but lately her face seems slowly sinking, wasting, crumbling like pastries. They scream the worst things in life come free to us, and we're all under the upper hand. I'm going mad for a couple grams, and we don't wanna go outside tonight. In the pipe, fly to the motherland, or sell love to another man. It's too cold outside for angels to fly. Angels to fly. Fly, fly. For angels to fly, to fly, to fly. Angels to die.
What's one thing in your life that truly allows you to express yourself?
To sing.
I love to dance.
To rap. Okay, let's do it.
I am not a stranger to the dark. Hide away, they say, 'cause we don't want your broken parts.
You can put your mind and do whatever you want to do. Just tell yourself that you're capable too. But don't do things that ain't even cool. And get rid of them no good friends that's enabling you, making you feel like you won't be nothing. Your life crumbling, they talk mumbling. You gon' be something. You are glorious. We're no gangs but warriors. We well known, notorious. They can't stop you or block you or mock you. They mad 'cause you bad and they not you. You fall down but get up and skip and hop through. Kick down doors for others to walk through. You have a purpose to make you say, did I do that? Urkel. Now we calling reality virtual. This is who I am, this is me. Don't let them words hurt you.
When the sharpest words wanna cut me down, I'm gonna send a flag, gonna drown them out. I am brave, I am bruised, I am who I'm meant to be. This is me.
Look out, 'cause here I come, and I'm marching on to the beat I drum. I'm not scared to be seen, I make no apologies. This is me. Another round of bullets hits my skin. Well, fire away, 'cause today I won't let the shame sink in.
We are bursting through the barricades and reaching for the sun.
trying to reach up to the sky, see the moon. I got confidence cause I'm the flyest in the room. And I've been knocked down, but I always get up. I had some fake friends, had to go and switch up. Yeah, no pain, no strain. I ain't chasing all the fame, cause I got more to gain and I'm just trying to make a change. I'm just doing me, I'm in my own lane. I fell down a few times, but I'm up again. Marching to another drum, see me crawl, see me run. When they thought that I was done, nah, here I come. I'm not weak, I get on my feet. No apologies, yeah, this is me.
And I know that I deserve your love.
There's nothing I'm not worth.
When the sharpest words gonna cut me down, I'm gonna send a flood, gonna drown 'em out. This is brave, this is bruised, this is who I'm meant to be, this is me.
No apologies, yes, this is me.
What's going on, everybody? Oh, an appointment in the clinic, and I'm late. About to be late, but I'm on the way anyways. So, but today I'm going to talk about something. My last video did well too. I go by the views, not by like subscriptions or people following, whatever the case is. But I mean, everything does well on my podcast or Spotify. My definition of well. We did quite a bit downloads, averaging like 380 downloads a week for my podcast on Spotify, so I'm loving that shit. My wife likes to drop things like, well, imagine if you charge 50 cents for one of those. I charge 50 cents, I wouldn't get that many fucking hits. It's free. Probably that many hits, and it's not about charging people. But anyways, that'll be later on after I'm done this, pro bono teaching as I'm learning phase, and I feel like I have something to offer, concrete and well. Like right now, I'm breaking down all the stuff I do in no specific order, but if I decide that in addition to the curriculum I'm doing, in addition to like the programs I bought from Xavier, in addition to all my own magic that I make up myself, the different techniques that I add to my ritual, if I decide that there's a specific order that I think is beneficial to all people, that they can do and get direct results, and that I'm probably at some point going to create via Gumroad or wherever, probably Gumroad, make some digital downloadable content that people can buy a program for, probably start somewhere cheap, like $5 or $10 for something as simple as here's the techniques you do to reprogram your mind. But once again, just like everything I promote on my channel, you have to actually do the work. So, like right now, my last video, I tried to really stress it, that if you start Cabal and the Great Work of Self-Transformation, and what I do, or at least just start doing sigils to implant whatever suggestions in your mind, you can turn finding your passion and purpose into your temporary purpose for the time being. Meaning, you don't know what your life's purpose is, your soul desire, however you want to fucking word that shit. You don't know what that is? Well, what you can do right now is take that and turn that into what you think you should be doing. And by doing that, you will find your passion and your purpose. And I've also gave this warning out on my channel earlier on, and every so often I throw it out there. You are on a spiritual journey. You're trying to find your spiritual path and purpose and passion and all that. You're trying to find that. Then don't be surprised if you start getting life lessons early. And what I mean by that is don't be surprised when you start getting, what do you call it, karma? I don't care what you want to call it. Whatever the fuck you want to call it. You're going to start having things happen to you. And the reason being is you're asking for your life lessons early. You're asking to get this knowledge early. You're asking to learn things you're supposed to learn in the entire lifetime. And it's almost as if the universe just assumes that no one's going to wake up, so winds up here. Actually, I don't believe that. I believe we create within ourselves. But anyways, point is, if you start down this path, you will be tested more often than if you were just running your own self-programming and just continuously either cursing yourself or speaking your life reality into existence. That's what everybody's doing. So if right now you're on a spiritual path or journey and you're starting to look into spiritual matters and trying to figure out, okay, how do I manifest things, but you're looking into some of this some days and trying to find those answers, but at the same time you're also looking into all these conspiracy theories, well, the things telling you how to manifest your life probably won't get an emotional response from you. But the things that scare you, like watching fear-based media and conspiracy theories, are going to invoke probably a scared, emotional reaction from you. Therefore, you are focused on both these things separately, but one you're focused on and you're putting emotion into, and the other one you're not. Therefore, you're more likely going to manifest the fear-based situations rather than the other, rather than the manifestations, I guess. So, anyways, hopefully, fuck, look at that, I look like a fucking bum. Anyways, so what I was trying to say was, yeah, if you have two things you're focusing on, and one of which of those is something that you're putting fear, electricity, energy into, well, don't be surprised when that's what you start manifesting. So, what I'm trying to say is, if you are getting into the spiritual path and you want to start manifesting stuff, well, my suggestion is and always will be the PDF I added to, I don't even think I added it to my yesterday video. I'm not positive. But I think it's on my yesterday video and my yesterday podcast. I'm pretty sure it's within the description here on YouTube, as well as on my podcast video on YouTube. Holy fuck, this car was like to fucking change things around. Anyways, so if you look at the descriptions within my podcast episode here on YouTube or on my YouTube, last two episodes before this episode, you will see a link that will bring up Kabbalah, the Great Work of Self-Transformation. You also see it in the other two. Start that curriculum. It'll tell you all the practices you need to do during your neophyte and all that. And, you know, you just start doing it. It's pretty fucking simple. That being said, doing the curriculum itself isn't going to be simple. None of it's going to be simple. It's going to be very hard and challenging. Alright, so challenging curriculum was the last thing I said. I'm back at home now. Clean again, no drugs again, my system motherfuckers. Fuck you, Thunderwiz. No, I'm just kidding, I got no problem with them. So, I don't know if this episode I'm going to make here, I'm just going to stop talking about Kabbalah, the Great Work of Self-Transformation. I don't know if it's in my yesterday episodes, but I definitely know it's in the two before that. My Masterpiece episode didn't turn out to be a masterpiece. I didn't even try dissing Thunder Wizard, although I think I might have made some very subtle disses at him in there, and I was unconscious. But it's definitely in that episode, Kabbalah, Great Work, Self-Transformation, and it might even be in yesterday's episode, but that I'm not positive about. All that aside, what I'm here today to talk about is I'm going to bring up conspiracy, conspiracy, let's say conspiracy. And the reason for me bringing this up, this is my favorite topic of conspiracy. Why? Because it's not harmful to your health. It's not harmful if I'm going to put you in a fear base. I mean, maybe it will, depending on how you look at it. If you think people living in the center of the earth is somehow fearful or scary, then, you know, maybe. But I think this is just my opinion. But I think the reason for flat earth versus globe earth, okay? And the reason for both sides of these things is because of the truth being somewhere in the middle that they don't want you to have. So they rather you pick globe earth versus flat earth and fight against those details instead of looking at the outstanding information and facts about the fact that the earth is cavernous, there's water in the earth. There's been multiple people, physicists, mathematicians, old pictures of NASA, the Russian video footage of 1987, or was it 78? One of those two, where they say the Northern Lights, Aurora Borealis, I can't remember the technical term for the Northern Lights, are coming from the center of the earth, and because of that, it's also that's where they come from. And if you see this anomaly on other planets, and how the other planets all have a superimposed, either blanking out the North and South Pole, and I mean, there's a ton of evidence. And once again, I can't prove this, so it really makes no difference whether I look into this or not. It makes no difference if I go down this rabbit hole or not. But I like this. This is one of the things that I am so drawn to. It's incredible. So, Thunder Wizard and other people say, for programming, define your soul desires, for other shit like that. Things you don't like doing, the things that you cringe, the things that you hate, the things that, is a good way to tell where you're programmed, is one way of telling where you're programmed, but also things that you have an emotional response to. So if someone says Jesus is a fake fucking piece of shit, or Odin says Jesus is a coward, if you take offense to that, even though you're not Jesus and he's not making fun of you, well, you have programming in you that Jesus is a real person. Anybody offends Jesus is a fucking piece of shit. And I'm not dissing you for that, but now you can identify that. You can move on past that. Well, when I learned about Agartha, Shambhala, Inner Earth, and you're going to hear a bunch of things on here, that from things that Thunder Wizard talks about, to things, anyways, there's a whole bunch of different cultures that have Inner Earth, Agartha stories, and I think it's very possible. The also thing I like about this is there's a physical realm in the Inner Earth, but there's also a spiritual realm to the Inner Earth. And as above, so below. There's a sunshine in the earth, just like there's a sunshine outside of the earth. Within our bodies, there's people living in our bodies, our cells, living organisms making up this one big organism. So would it not make sense that there's a bunch of organisms in inner earth, and then outer earth? Like I said, you might have this whole thing backwards, thinking you go up to heaven. Well, maybe the next realm is inner earth. Maybe you do inner earth first, and then you come to outer earth, and you just don't remember. Or maybe it's the difference. Maybe there's a difference there. Who knows? Apparently, there's some stories about inner earth. There's tall beings down there because of the different kind of light. Or it could be these giants that people are talking about. Maybe the Bible people, or not Bible, giants are in the Bible, but the Book of Enoch should have been part of the Bible. Potentially, it's from the same people, same body of work, same names in it, same whatever. But it was taken out of there because there's too many scary things in there. Like I said, too much astrology stuff in there. Enoch, and gets taught by Archangel Oriel, the Earth Angel. Maybe it was Raphael. No, I think it was Oriel. All about astrology. But then a few verses before that says how the Watchers came down, or the fallen angels came down, or the demons came down, depending on which Bible you look at, and taught men and women astrology and how to paint their eyelashes and all this other shit. Blah, blah, blah. It's all fucking horse shit to keep you away from this stuff. But if an angel comes and teaches you astrology, it's okay. So, us people who like astrology, who all of a sudden get these thoughts around us to look up astrology, well, how do you know that's not an angel telling us that? What, you think some angel is going to physically appear to you in this physical realm? Do you really, truly think that? More likely, you're going to get an idea, thoughts. You're going to have a bunch of things coming to you in sequential order as you're writing or speaking. And it's going to be profound. And then you got two choices. Either pretend like you're smart and got it, or thank wherever it came from, even though you can't say, well, I don't know how that came to me, but I really appreciate it, thank you. And I'm grateful that you keep doing that. Something like that. We'll keep that energy flowing. pretending you're all smart and you know everything, stops it, and then you gotta start fucking acting all self-righteous and make an emotional block, and then you don't know shit. So you choose. That's why I credit these things. Knowledge that comes through me that you guys listening to, it's not mine. I'm the channel, I'm the vessel. The ideas flow through me. I'm able to keep myself apart from it enough to give you what I believe is a pretty depolarized view of things, both sides of the fence, trying to incorporate a perception that all should incorporate, but at the same time that fits both right and left and positive and negative people, and male and female and whatever else. But so I figured I was going with all that Pokemon Enoch shit and all that. But anyway, so yeah, so the inner earth, who knows, maybe they were writing about that fucking shit. And maybe they were sent down there. Who the fuck knows? That's if you believe the Bible. I don't believe the Bible. I believe the Bible. I mean, I believe the Bible was inspired. It was written by a person. It might have been inspired by the same things that inspired me to talk about this shit. But that would be like me taking ceremonial witchcraft and all the information I have on here, making a holy book of it, killing everybody off the planet, except for me and my wife, and maybe a few other choice girls, and me fucking all these girls and making new babies, repopulating Earth, and taking my religion and saying, this is the religion of everybody, this is how mankind started, and just, you go. It's like, well, that's pretty brutal, bud. And then just blame it on God, killed everybody, even though it's me. And after God killed everybody, I was chosen to restart the world. Like, who? How do you know Noah didn't just kill everybody and say he fucking had a boat and all this shit? And just, maybe his wife helped him fucking do it all too. Who knows? Like, you can't just take these people's word for this shit. Nonetheless, it makes no sense. Thou shalt not kill. So since these people aren't killing yet, but they're doing other bad things, I'm gonna kill them. Like, fuck off, God. You're such a fucking insecure prick. I don't like talking like this because I got people on here that still believe in God and Jesus, and I haven't done with that programming. When I talk with this, they drop me, but whatever. You know, I get up to 46, I drop down to 44. I get to 45, I drop down to 43. I got off to 50, and then I dropped down to 47, and now I'm back down to 44. You know, it is as it is. People will come to the truth as soon as they can. I'm not saying you can't get significance from the Bible. You really can. I like listening to Jordan Peterson, how he breaks down the Bible. I think it's top notch. It doesn't all work for me, but I still think it's top notch, you know? And I can separate myself from that. I can separate myself from his religious beliefs that he's trying to teach to other people, whatever the reason, and still appreciate the poetic interpretation and metaphor and of the parables and metaphors that are made in the Bible. Like, Christians go around telling you the Bible is 100% real. Yet, like, throughout the Bible, it says this is metaphors, similes, parables to teach a lesson. Like how Jesus taught people. When he spoke to people, he talked in parable. Why is that? Well, because you teach through symbolic. If you give someone a story of pictures, get pictures in their heads going, like of a farm and sheep and all that, you can detach from that and just look at the situation. Whereas if you take two people that are fighting, like Jesus' disciple, was it Peter, Simon Peter, and the fucking banker guy that no one liked, the tax collector, Matthew, I think. I'm not sure though about that. They hated each other and they were both in the same house, and Peter was all pissed off. Well, instead of just saying, okay, well, this is why I love you both, and because you and you are the same, and under different circumstances, Simon Peter, you might have been this guy doing this stuff, and you think he's a sinner, and you, Matthew, might have been Simon Peter thinking the other ones. You guys are mad at each other because through your own little circumstantial bullshit, your own little perspectives, hate each other. Yet, you guys are both from the same source, and just to hate each other is to not love yourself and to not love God or whatever else. So instead of doing that, and these people still can't separate from their own feelings, he teaches within a story about a sheep and the sheep going away, or the prodigal son, or whatever the story was, so that they can separate from their feelings and take in the whole message. And then once 20 minutes or so is up, because even if someone proves you right, proves you wrong when you're mad at them and you know you're wrong, you're still going to be in that vibration for like 20 minutes after. I think that's like a minimum. It could be longer too, depending on the person. So you get them to separate that, and then they can come back from a more neutral state and see the point of view better than just when they're all in this panic, pissed off rage. Jesus taught like that for a reason. The Bible teaches like that. It's not meant to be taken symbolically. So I'm not like the Thunder Wizard and just shit on the Bible and think it's just all bad, because we don't know the original intent of people who made that Bible. I'm not defending it, and I'm not saying I like it or anything like that. I'm simply saying whoever made the Bible is not the same people that are saying this is the Holy Catholic Bible, we have to use it in a court of law, we have to do this, we have to do this, we have to do this, we have to do this with this. That's today, and that's down the line, maybe in the 1800s, 1700s, 1600s, 1400s, who knows, year 300 in the Council of Nicaea. Those fucks did it. But I'm talking about the people who wrote those stories, and even though they get translated and shit gets lost in the translation, I still think, because of how this universe works, the books that we have in the public eye, just like the movies that come out. People write movies all the time, even Thunder Wizard's newest video about the Jedis and all that, about Star Wars. He says that the people writing this probably don't know what they're writing, but things come through them. Well, the Bible's the same way. It's older messages from an older time where the corpus callosum was just starting to make that nice connection bridge in between the two hemispheres of the brain, connecting the right and the left. So people were starting to get messages from what they say was God, when it was just the opposite side of their fucking brain. Well, not the opposite side, but you know what I mean, the different levels of the brain. So the limbic system was speaking to the neocortex, or maybe they were just slowly developing the neocortex, or maybe the neocortex was just developed. So they didn't know he had the other two brains. So, you know, when they went to sleep, they don't know what happens. And then they wake up the next day, you know? Anyways, it doesn't matter. The point is, this is all works. The movies we got today, you can take all of our movies. This is like what the Bible is. The Bible would be taking every fucking movie since the creation of movies. Take every one of those movies and you put them in a body of work. Make one big fucking movie. Or you write it all down and put it in one big book. That's the Bible. Because all the stories in the Bible, every story in the Bible, you could be like, yeah, it's kind of like this movie. Well, it's kind of happens in this movie. You can do that. There's a reason. And now they're doing it so obvious, like you straight up got Thor in movies. You got Odin in movies, in the heavens, in other realms, and Earth is in between there. They're not even hiding the symbolicness, the spirituality in the movies. They're straight up showing you it. It's insane. But anyways, enough about all that. I'm going to play the Agartha movie that I really like. It's from The Universe Inside You. It kept getting taken off their channel. And if you go to Universe Inside You right now, it's not even on the channel anymore. I had to screen record it a while ago off of something else. That's not true. What am I saying? I had to like it. It's in one of my, I don't know where it is. It's in something of mine. And I'm going to screen record it now. And I'll put it into this video so you can watch it. It's like 45 minutes long. It's amazing. And it goes into all the reasons why there's very big possibility that there is a hollow Earth. From earthquakes to gravity and the mass of Earth being wrong, to birds that are given trackers that fly north instead of south, and they lose the trackers, to guys like Admiral Byrd and all these other people that tried to go to the North and South Poles and found lush, beautiful land, hot temperatures, and an abundance of resources. All these different things, to the space, to all the other planets having hollow ends, and I won't do it justice by just playing the audio. So I'm gonna get copyright infringements and all that shit. I don't give a fuck. You need to watch this. This is my favorite piece of conspiracy. And I think it's because this is somewhere. Now, is this the whole truth? Is this the absolute truth? No. No. But it's divinely inspired by people who put all these facts together, all these guys researching, these travelers before internet and all this, decided to, oh my god, end of the world. See, Rob's smart. I like the guy, but you can't see this. Maybe I'll screen record it real fast after. Let's see if I can do that right now. No, I can't. Watch Infinite Waters Diving Deep, live in 30 minutes. 1W, end of world number 1. I don't know what the fuck all that means. But his messages are darker. And that's okay, because out of the dark we find the light, and I get all that, but something's not right now with Ralph. And I don't know if he's going through a hard time or what. But I can't put my finger on it. He's having a hard time. Something's going on. And I don't think Ralph's an evil guy. I don't think he's a bad guy. I don't think he's trying to be a cult leader. None of that shit that people say about him. I could be wrong. I could be biased. I don't know. I don't think any of that's true. I don't like when people say that about him either. But at the same sense, I can see where they're coming from. My wife said something similar before too. Like, I think he's trying to brainwash people. And it's like, I don't know, maybe. I don't know what he's doing. I take what I need from him and I put it away. You know, most of the time I like watching it to see how close he's getting to truth and see if he's not just going to be so vague and if he's going to come straight out and say stuff. And, you know, he surprises me every once in a while he does, but, you know, the world's in a darker place right now, so his message is darker. He is very in sync with nature, and that's a good thing when you're trying to affect nature, but the problem is being in sync by nature too much will have nature control you, like nature controls the trees. That tree has to die right now, or at least go to sleep and stop, the sap, stop producing, getting the water to go into the leaves because it's going to freeze and the whole tree would die. So if you think this tree, maybe it could stay alive all winter running water through it. No, it can't. It doesn't have the same system as a pine tree. And the reason for that is that pine tree, for some reason, the water and the sap and different things going through it won't freeze, versus that one would. And if that one froze, and the water froze, then it's more likely to break and it won't be around next year. Nature is very smart. So if you're in sync with nature and you're not taking the reins, you're just going for the ride, well, then nature can make you go for a ride right in front of a car and die. And I'm not saying that she's going to kill you. She's going to watch out for you. But you're going to get lazy when fall comes. You're going to go hibernate when winter comes. You're going to get horny in the spring. You're going to party all summer. You're just going to be in sync with the cycles. And the moon waxes and wanes. So when the moon's waxing, you might be positive and want abundance and giving nice messages. And when the moon's waning, like right now, Ralph's more dark, talking about more dark stuff. So he might be too in sync with nature and has to find a way to separate a bit from that. Stay in sync enough with nature so that he can affect nature and still manifest, but pull enough away that nature doesn't control him. That's the difference between the witch. Okay, so all the people walking around don't believe in spirituality are controlled by their programming. Essentially, they are controlled by nature. They believe nature is just whatever, blah, 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 blah. But then there's spiritual beginning, year and a day, initiation phases, when you get in sync with nature. And then from there, you can not control nature, but you can affect nature, but nature can still affect you. But it's more fast. It's not simply by what's been programmed in you your entire life, by your environment. This is why it's still so essentially, you're still a part of nature, but more like nature's going to kill us. And the earthquakes and all this shit we can't control. We can't control our life. So you're controlled by nature, but you have no control whatsoever. Whereas when you start becoming able to be in sync with nature, like I just said, like I think maybe Ralph's smart, and I'm not trying to say I'm above him, because that's not the case. He's been doing this a lot longer than me, so no, much respect to Ralph. But what I'm saying is, if he's too controlled by nature, too much in sync with nature, then that's the difference between the witch, the magical practitioner. And I'm not even getting into degrees and adepts and elders and all that. I'm just simply saying that after you get in sync with nature, you have to peel away from that, be able to stay in sync with nature, but not be controlled by it. You start making your own destiny, and you do this through your words, your actions, your thoughts, your magic you're performing on a daily basis. You start controlling your life circumstances, but you're doing it in accordance with your will and with nature. You're putting it into the collective consciousness, or unconsciousness. You're putting it into the collective. It goes up into the astral, where everybody's astral is. We're all connected through that astral, and then whatever you get up in there, create up in there, filters back down here. Simple as that. So that's where you have to separate them. But when you're in sync with nature like that, you can still manifest, because nature, you guys are like one and the same. You finally figured out that you're one and the same as nature, but that can take you whole, so you really got to watch out. But anyways, I'm going to play the Agartha thing right now. I hope you like it. I hope you enjoy it. I'm probably going to come on and talk about it. I'm going to rewatch it at the same time with you right fucking now, real time-ish, in a manner of speaking. And yeah, I'll be back on after, so if you want to hear more of what I have to fucking say for whatever reason, check it out. Mary meet, Mary part, and no, that's purchase line. I shouldn't say that shit, but I really like it, and you should watch. I think it's Intro to Witchcraft, the first part, where he explains why they say that. Mary meet again. To know, to dare, to will, and to be silent. That's the code. That's our code. Magical practitioners, witches alike. To will, to dare, to... I fucked it up already, to be silent. Anyways, thank you for checking it out, but I'll be back on after and make sure I am. Anyways, enjoy this shit. Really retain what's going on here. You don't have to believe it. I can't even finish. You don't have to believe it. I'm not trying to force my beliefs on you. This is my favorite piece of conspiratorial shit because it's not fear-based where it's going to affect my reality. It's not going to... Whether I believe in this or I don't believe in this, I'm not going to bring it into reality. And if I do bring it in reality, well, it's not really a big deal. Not killing anybody. Like people focusing on COVID being something that's going to kill us all is actually dangerous to the population. People not believing in COVID whenever it's a real thing, well, it could be dangerous, but if you don't believe in something, well, then you can actually help fix that problem, which is kind of where I stand. I know there's some truth to it, but I'd rather put my focused energy into no one else should die from this fucking thing, so I'm going to say it's not fucking real, so it can't affect me. But anyways, I can get into that. But knowing this, I think this is the reason why they want you to pick flat Earth or globe Earth, because it's neither, but it's both. But it's neither, and it's both, and it's all, and it's none, and it's all that shit. We are cavernous. We are layers. So, the flat Earth and globe, it don't matter. We have an inner Earth where we can go hang out. And that's been hidden from us. And that's why they'd rather you fight over flat or globe, so you never figure out you can go inside the Earth and then start some shit there. And that's probably why this was taken off. Universe Inside You and every other fucking channel this was put on. No attention to it, no controversy, no nothing. Just get it off there. Just get it off there. Just get it off there. No warning, no nothing. Just get it off there. I've had to refind it multiple times. But anyways, without further ado, then go. I think I talked it up enough. Holy fuck, that sounds bright. Alright, well...
Your lipstick is color, don't bother, Angel. I know exactly what goes on. When everything you'll get is everything that you wanted. Well, which one you prefer? Come on, is my finger on the trigger or me face down, down across your floor? Me face down, down across your floor. Me face down, down across your floor. Which is so long as this thing's loaded. And will you tell all your friends you've got your gun to my hand? This all was only wishful thinking. This all was only wishful thinking. And will you tell all your friends you've got your gun to my hand? This all was only wishful thinking. This all was only wishful thinking. Let go. Don't bother trying to explain, Angel. Well, I know exactly what goes on. And when you're on. So how about I'm outside of your window? Yeah, how about I'm outside of your window? You keep all the details covered. You're such a sucker for sucker. Right. And will you tell all your friends you've got your gun to my head? This all was only wishful thinking. This all was only wishful thinking. And will you tell all your friends you've got your gun to my head? This all was only wishful thinking. This all was only wishful thinking. cover lines and red cover napkins. I won't ever ask of you to never tell me. I know you well enough to know you'll never love me. Hoping for the best, so nothing happens. A dozen cover lines and red cover napkins. I won't ever ask of you to never tell me. I know you well enough to know you'll never hoping for the best, so hoping nothing happens. A dozen cover lines and red cover napkins. I won't ever ask, don't ever tell me. I know you well enough to know. And all of this was all your fault. And all of this, well, it makes things worse. They're acting jealous for this simple reason. I just need to keep you in mind as something larger than life. Still destroy all the simple reason. Just finds a way in way something else. She'll destroy us all before she's through. She finds a way somebody else. Nice.
Close my eyes and I can see a world that's waiting up for me, that I call my own. Through the dark, through the door, through where no one's been before, but it feels like home. They can say it all sounds crazy. They can say I've lost my mind. I don't care if they call me crazy. We can live in a world that we design. 'Cause every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me be a vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. Oh, a million dreams for the world we're gonna make. There's a house we can build. Every room inside is filled with things from far away. Special things I compile, each one there to make you smile on a rainy day. They can say it all sounds crazy. They can say we've lost our minds. I don't care if they call us crazy. Run away to a world that we design. 'Cause every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me awake. I think of what
Beautiful, right? We're at 2, it's only 2 o'clock, and look, that's the west. If I was to do my compass on here and screenshot it or something like that, you'd see the west. But anyways, that's Canada, baby. We're pretty north. And I've got to take my glasses off for this. So before I get to Agartha, I was trying to get to a point earlier about how I get feelings, knowing things, whether they're real or not, intuition or not, I can't tell you. But this is one of these things, especially when they talk about Admiral Byrd, okay? I get a really bad emotional response. Not bad as in, I mean, strong. Like, I just watched it, and like always, it brings me to tears. Like, my eyes well up when they start talking about his remarkable man, especially with his journal entry. So before I play the whole thing, I'm going to play 1 minute and 30 seconds here, and then I'm going to hit the recording right after I play it. You know what I mean? Anyways, and then that sun's going right through me. That's the reflection. See, that's my hand. I'm powerful. Like, fuck it. Anyways, God, I'm stupid. Anyways, so I'm gonna play it, and I'll show you. I'm not fucking around. I'm not an actor or anything like that. But this is what I mean by, you can find your programming this way. You can find what matters to you this way. Is there something your soul came here to do? Do you have an actual soul desire? I don't know. But what I do know is whether it's I grab a skateboard out of that garage over there and I start riding it, I go karaoke with my friends, you know, there's a feeling that comes across me when I do those things. I love that thing. I love doing that. But, you know, I don't want to skateboard all fucking day. But I like doing that. Love it. When I'm about to record, while I'm recording, Heart Center. Oh, shit, didn't work. Heart Center. Whoa, Jesus. Jaw. That ain't no filter either, baby. That's me in the sunshine. Make a delay on it. Here's the delay. Watch this. Delay. Oh, baby. Sorry, I'm such a fucking idiot. Point I'm trying to get at is, my left hand absorbs, right? Right hand projects. Absorbs. Projects. Oh man, I gotta stop. Okay. What I'm trying to get at, I'm such an idiot. I feel like I'm dumbass. I should edit this. Anyways, what I'm trying to get at is when I record stuff, I get emotional too. I get into my whatever, but it's more like a passion and Mars energy. This is water. This is emotional. This is maybe something blocked up inside of me. Maybe something I'm supposed to follow. I don't know. I did a lot of research on this, and ultimately I just figured, like, I can never prove it unless I become a pilot and I go against orders and I fly over the magnetic pole, which, knowing a bit about magnetics, it's dangerous enough just as it is. I mean, those laws could be there just to keep people safe. And at the end of this thing, they talk about Corey Good, and I'm not a big fan of Corey Good, even though the things they say at the end of this is very balanced in a nice way to put it, but they show with David Wilcox and all that shit, I don't know. There's just something about both of them, the vibe coming off of them, that a lot of this wasn't completely sincere and not completely... A lot of things they say I knew was kind of real and true, but then there's a lot of it's like, man, that's just... Anyway, it doesn't matter. But, and I know a lot of this pushes the alien agenda and shit like that and whatever. Take what you need out of this, because is this all true? No. I'm not telling you to take this all as fact. I'm just saying there's something to this. And when I hear about Bird, and other people that mysteriously died that were doing this, and like I said, even this video, for example, just got kiboshed, gone, done. And then it has to keep being re-uploaded. It even says that re-upload. And I did my due diligence. I recorded it to make sure it never goes away, so it's always there for people to see. But anyways, I'm gonna play a little part here. But this is one of these things that I know I'm supposed to talk about, I'm supposed to look into. It's like my body. Emotional part of my body is giving me a response, telling me this is something, you know, it's important. I hear a song and I get these emotional things happen to me as well when I'm listening to music. Music speaks to me in many ways. But anyways, let's just get to it, shall we?
In closing, Byrd said he briefed the Pentagon of his message from the Master, was interviewed intently by top security forces and a medical team, and ordered to remain silent in regard to all that he learned on behalf of humanity. Incredible is all he could call it. He concluded, "I'm reminded that I am a military man and I must obey orders." 10 years later, he wrote a final entry. "These last few years elapsed since 1947 have not been kind. I must state that I have faithfully kept this matter secret as directed all these years. It's been completely against my values of moral right. Now, I seem to sense the long night coming on, and this secret will not die with me. But as all truth shall, it will triumph, and so it shall. This can be the only hope for mankind. I've seen the truth, and it has quickened my spirit, and has set me free. I've done my duty towards the monstrous military-industrial complex. Now, the long night begins to approach, but there shall be no end. Just as the long night of the Arctic ends, the brilliant sunshine of truth shall come again, and those who are of darkness shall fall in its light. For I have seen that land beyond the pole, that center of the great unknown." Needless to say, this is an extraordinary story from an extraordinary man. Would Bird's own son publish false information that would defame his beloved father? Or did Bird himself falsify all this story in order to make a cruel joke of his life and legacy? Whether or not you believe this story, his influence, moral stature, and valor can hardly be argued.
Alright, I changed my mind. I don't want to show you my fucking watery eyes, and I mean, you guys have seen it enough. I get emotional in some videos already, so you guys have seen this enough times, and I don't need to do it again. But just know that that's the reason my glasses are back on, because it gets me every fucking time, man. Every time I hear about this extraordinary whatever everything's been through, it's like I take on that emotion that girl, it's like coming through him, through another person, and I still can feel it, you know? Birch's video I played recently, just to get off topic for a second, but the one, it's a Samhain video, and he says Samhain's differently for him this year because he lost his mom recently. And every fucking time, man, I can feel that emotion in him. Especially at the end, he says, "Mom, I'm honoring you in front of the world." And there's a big gap there, and it's like drops coming up my eyes every fucking time. I can't even help it. And I'm not gonna end it on a sad note. That's how you know. Like, it hurts. Even though he's a witch and you're supposed to celebrate life, that hurts. You know, it's the kind of thing I pick up on these things. And for anybody to say that, empathic and this and that, and you can't feel emotion and all this shit, it's like, you can't. It doesn't mean other people can. You can't just throw the baby out with the bathwater and disregard empathic whatever. Like, Raymond and his girl the other day, my wife works with her, and she recently took a job change. And my wife was asking why. She's like, it's gonna sound crazy, but she's like, I would talk to the older people on the phone, and anytime someone was having a hard time, and there's nothing I could do for them because, they didn't pay into taxes, now they have no money built up, they didn't pay into the CPP all year, and they got no cash. And she's like, I would literally feel like, I would feel so bad for them, like as if it was happening to me. I couldn't separate myself. She had to go to therapy and all this shit, and ultimately she ended up just having to change jobs. You know what I mean? You tell me what the fuck that is. You tell me what the fuck that is. But I have specific people having specific things. Now, it doesn't mean just because you don't feel that, if you don't, it doesn't make it not real. It's not real to you. Everybody has this to a certain degree, and depending on planet placement, you can see where this will affect you more. But anyways, all that aside, this is why this is important. It's because, whoever they are, whether it's like Bird said, the military-industrial complex, or the dark forces, Bravo Smart calls it the inorganic ones, whoever you think it is, whatever you think it is. I mean, the whole fucking, you're going to hear about Nazi Germany going there and all the soldiers disappearing, and some people say, well, did the soldiers disappear, or did the Americans, recruit a bunch of soldiers after World War II, or a bunch of scientists? It's like, well, they may have because of they had to make account for all those bodies that went missing, so they just pretend all those soldiers were scientists, or they wanted to replicate the shit Germany used to get there, or the technology Germany had there, because they realized, holy fuck whatever we were fighting about, you know? Who really knows? I'm not saying what happened in World War II didn't happen, or it did, or any of that. I'm just saying there's so much things we don't know. And what we do know is that the media, or the heads of state, the elites, whatever. I don't say Illuminati because I am Illuminati. But all these people that are controlling the fucking world, let's say, they have us focusing on either A or B, and there's none of their 24 alphabet letters. It's just A and B. Or it's 1 and 2. Or 1s and 0s. It doesn't matter. It's either night or day, good or bad, right or left. And, you know, the main purpose to have everybody polarized is so everybody's polarized, whether it's about COVID, whether it's about sports, hockey, baseball, fucking whatever. You pick one team or the other team. You can have a bunch of teams, so you can have a bunch of different people incorporated, but they only had 2 teams to every sport. Probably served the purpose better. But on every individual, that's why the political thing, it's a big game. Like when they're talking about the electoral college, or however you say that, it's like points. Oh, Biden's up by this many points. Oh, Trump's down by this many points. It's a game. It's a fucking game. You're polarized. They're polarizing you. What is it? It's the polls, is it not? Oh, let's go to the polls, shall we? What polls are they going to do? The positive and the negative polls, right? The poles of the Earth, positive of the Antarctica. You know, they don't want you learning about the poles of the Earth, because if you learn about the poles of the Earth, you will depolarize yourself. Because you realize those poles of the Earth, there's no positive and negative. It's a fucking tunnel, probably right through. It's one pole. Even though one's plus and one's minus, they both reach the middle, probably connect to each other. Point is, you're going to the polls. Go vote. Put in your vote. So you can become polarized. You're one of those poles. Please become polarized and give up your consent so we can do what we want with it. It's ridiculous. So then once everybody's polarized, what do? They give you 2 options to every subject. So if there's an inner Earth, an Agartha, whatever the case is, it's very interesting what they say about the Chinese military and government going into Tibet and trying to overcome where Agartha, whatever it was. Can't tell if it's true or not, and it's not going to even serve me if I go look into it. Either I'm going to find out it's bullshit, and that'll just be like, oh, what the fuck? Fuck spirituality, this shit sucks. Or I find out it's true, and it's like, oh, everything is fucking false. It's like, what I do know is I can affect my own reality, and so that's what I'm going to do. But nonetheless, if you're going to look into conspiratorial stuff, make sure it's something that's not going to harm you. If you put fear into the target of it being a targeted individual, then you're going to have fucking things happen to you, because you're putting thought forms and emotions into those thought forms around you. If you think reptilians, well, then you're going to cause that reptilian shit to happen to you, because you are that fucking powerful. Start looking at Agartha, realizing there's beings in the inner Earth, start putting emotion into there. Well, if there really is beings down there, and those are the beings that are actually the Palladians, so the people in Agartha, this is Corey Gooden, what he says, people in Agartha are pretending to be Palladians, because people are all focused out there. But how do you know? Maybe we're in inner Earth right now, and if I go to that fucking big blue sky up there, I'm actually just going to find my way to the pole. I doubt it's there, obviously, but the point is, maybe the people in Agartha thought that too at one point. You take this by scale, how big the Earth is. Once you get down to the bottom of that fucking hole, and you end up seeing how high the sky is. Like, whoa. When you're in a plane, you see the sky, it's a little different, but whenever you come all the way down, anyways, I'm not going to get into that, it's just going to mind boggle people, but point is, if this is some kind of truth, what's like, well, how do we get people to not look into it? We'll just leave it in plain sight. Because if we polarize people, then it won't matter, and even if they see the North and South Pole, that there's a big hole, they're still going to say, it's flat, no, it's fucking round, no, it's flat, no, it's round, no, it's flat, no, it's round. It's like, do you guys not see there's a tunnel? There's many layers, like, you could have, like, magical fucking lightning or a ball of fire projecting out of your hand in front of somebody who's highly into the Trump-Sanders fucking the voting right now. You can be like, look guys, I got lightning coming out of my hand. This is insane. We don't fucking know. And before you say that's insane, there's been these things done where there's a big fucking guy in like a monster, dragon, dinosaur suit going in front of people while they're so focused on something that the people don't even see it. And that's one of these tricks to getting somebody. If you want to hit somebody in the face without them seeing fast, there's this little technique where you go up, straight up the center of the body. Remember how I said when you cross this line, because the sides of your brains are both controlling the sides of your body, everybody has this natural blind spot down here. So your peripheral starts after a certain point, right? So if you focus down here right now, you can kind of see it. But there's a point where someone's looking up at you, you want to hit them, and they don't see it, you go straight up in the middle, okay? Well, that's what that's also what this causes. Everybody's on the right or the left that they can't see right in the fucking middle anymore. So anyways, that's all I want to say. That's all I'm going to probably add to this. The video will do the rest of the speaking for you, but seriously, watch to the end. The beginning's got points, the ending's got all the different people that have been to Inner Earth and their testimonies and everything about that. It's phenomenal. It starts off with facts, math, science on why it's very possible that that's there, and then pictures of the planets and their different holes at the poles, and then how the northern lights are caused potentially by that, and then it breaks. It's amazing. It's 45 minutes long. So I think I've had about 45 minutes right now before it, and 45 minutes after it. It's not all about Admiral Byrd. It's barely. There's probably he's probably got the biggest part in there, but it gets into Tibetans and all these the Vedics, Hindu, Buddhism, all these different cultures and different ways of explaining Inner Earth. So, anyways, without further ado, I'll take my sunshine away from you. Sorry, I should subjugate you guys to that. Anyways, have a great fucking day. Remember, don't be fucking fooled. You hold the power. You are the fucking power. We are all one. We are all the power. I think even in this, she says, how this, as the saying goes, nature abhors a vacuum. And it's explaining how even the deepest depths of the ocean, if there's nothing there, nature fills that spot. And those fish couldn't see anything, so they manifested their own fucking light. You should look at those ugly fucking fish with big fucking things coming out of their head with a light in front of them, just so they can see what's up. Well, if there's cavernous places within the earth, then nature would fill a vacuum. It gets into the Mayans, how they disappeared, and that's where they went in Earth. Different Vikings that disappeared went in Earth. Atlantis, Bermuda Triangle, all these different things. It's so fascinating. I'm not saying all this is true. I mean, some of these things could have nothing to do with Inner Earth, but just kind of fit the narrative. And that's the thing, when you're trying to figure out something mysterious that you have no proof for, you could really reach and grasp for straws. But I think there's enough here that, really proves this. But once again, I'm playing this episode just to show you that I'm human. I like conspiracies too. I like to watch conspiracy stuff. But even now, where I'm at a point where I think I can control my state and be depolarized, I still don't watch conspiracy theories about things that are going to harm me. Because there's no use in watching something that's going to harm you. That's like saying, I'll just put the needle of heroin in me, but I won't push the thing. It's like, why aren't you going to push the thing? I'll just watch it, but I'm going to believe it. Well, no, after you watch it so many times, it doesn't know the difference between real or fake. If you watch the Try Your Own Brain video I put on not that long ago, before this, 2 videos before this, 3 videos before this, he says your mind, body, there's no difference between imagination. Anyways, doesn't matter. Same concept. Doesn't know the difference between real and fake. Imagined or dream or reality. It's all the same to your body and mind. But anyways, that's it for me. Take back your power. Start the process. Do the simple techniques and things you're being told to do, and you will simply change your life. But if you keep focusing on things that you think are stopping you from doing this, well then you're going to keep expanding reasons why you can't do this. Yet you've never even tried. You're just sitting there saying, I can't do it because of this, when in reality, if you started doing it, you would start getting results. So, I guess, on top of Thunder Wizard saying action, 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 well, I'm promoting action as well, but action to start these mystical, esoteric, occult secrets. Stop thinking this shit's bad and it's Illuminati, because it's not. It was told you that that's what it was, so you would stay away from it. So you still keep being a targeted individual or a reptilian victim, or even worse, just somebody who's victimized by society and who's going to stay in poverty and depressed and ultimately go nowhere and have to redo this over and over and over again. But at least if you figure these things out in one life, there's a good chance you'll figure it out in every life, and that means you figure this out now in this life if you're 50, 40, 30, 60 even. Well, next lifetime maybe it's 40, next lifetime maybe it's 20, next lifetime you wake up with a gift and you can make your life the way it wants. So maybe that's why some people, as soon as they're born, they're fucking stars their whole life. Other people become stars, can't handle it, and they die, or whatever the case is. Some people become stars later on, some people become stars. Point is, you figure this out one lifetime. If you don't get to evolve out of this, you're probably going to keep figuring it out every lifetime. That's just an opinion, but I'm pretty positive it'll stay with your soul. I don't know, though. I don't know. But how? If you can start adding your consciousness to your subconscious, so that when you leave this place, you'll be able to navigate the other realms, then there's a good chance that that's what's going to happen. Anyways, later, everybody. This is the chosen one. This is the ceremonial witch, teaching you how to learn about the inner world. Fuck, I'm all fucking kidding. Anyways, have a great fucking day.
Did you know?
I'm trying to hold my breath, let it stay this way. Can't let this moment end. You set off a dream in me, getting louder now. Can you hear it echoing? Take my hand, will you share this with me? 'Cause darling, without you, all the shine of 1,000 spotlights, all the stars we steal from the night sky will never